Most of you aren't subscribed. Make sure to rev the subscribe button as it helps out the channel. Without further ado, asking Hirokazu if he was heading downstairs, the gang collectively shivers at what has transpired. Checking it out for herself, Himeno asks Kobani to hold up a double peace sign, as she herself heads downstairs. Upon turning a corner, Himeno ends up in the stairs above her previous position. Seeing Kobani beginning to break down, Himeno asks Aki if he knows what's happening, only for Aki to reply that this phenomenon must be the work of a devil. Further investigating, Aki asks for Kobani to stay put, as he enters one of the vacant rooms. Flicking on the lights, he notices that there are rooms positioned behind the windows of his current room. Passing through the window, and into this other room, Aki opens the corresponding door, only to appear behind Kobani, opposite the room he initially entered, in the hallway. Confirming his suspicions, Aki reveals that they are all trapped on the 8th floor. Settling in a room, Aki reviews the information they know about their current situation. It's most likely a devil's doing, trapping the gang on the 8th floor. Additionally, the elevators don't work, there is no way outside via rooms or windows, and going through the ceiling simply brings them back to the 8th floor as well. Cutting in, Denji blames power for killing the fiend, and that it probably cursed them as a result. Attempting to blame Denji for her slaying the fiend, Aki reassures the two that, upon killing a devil or fiend, their power should be dispelled. With Himeno asking Aki if the gun devil flesh is drawn to anything, Aki reveals that the flesh has gone limp, leading Himeno to wonder how smart this current devil is, having used a fiend as bait. Hirokazu reasons that other devil just then Kobani begins to break down, knowing that their death is imminent. Attempting to cheer Kobani up, Hirokazu reminds her that she became a devil hunter to send her brother to college. But this doesn't help, as Kobani reveals that her parents made her work to send her talented older brother to college, and it was either devil hunting or naughty jobs, to earn money. With Konbeni shedding tears, Power can't help but laugh at Kobani's morphed face, leading Hirokazu to demand Power stop laughing. Stepping in to comfort Kobani, Himeno reminds her that devils love her Kobani's fear, and that her despairing won't do any good. Noticing Aki awfully quiet, Himeno asks what has caught his attention, leading him to reveal that all clocks in the room have been frozen. Which leads Aki to conclude that time has frozen on the 8th floor, therefore there will be no one coming to get them. Hearing this, Denji gladly accepts the news as a positive, being able to rest all day, but Hirokazu insults his stupidity, not realizing how dire their situation is. Ignoring his words, Denji easily falls asleep in the comfortable bed, shocking everyone at his nonchalant demeanor. With Himeno waking Denji up, Denji asks if they've found a way to escape, only for Himeno to state the following. Power and electricity are always on. The gang have managed to gather some food that has been left behind by others. Aki's been searching for the devil non-stop, refusing to take a break. Hirokazu had initially been helping Aki search, but eventually lost hope and has since locked himself in another room, having several panic attacks. Kobani began freaking out, attempting to quench her thirst with toilet water, leading Himeno to put her to rest. As for Power, she's been muttering weird things, like winning the with the three monitoring the unstable Hirokazu and the unconscious Kobani, Himeno whips out her final cigarette. Upset with Himeno's calmness, she gives Aki credit for doing the heavy lifting, giving her an opportunity to rest. She adds that life is better when there are others to lean on. Denji notices that Himeno's smokes brand is the same as Aki, leading Himeno to reveal that Aki picked up the habit from her. Flashing back, we see Himeno lighting a cig, beckoning Aki to join in. Refusing as a cigarette will shorten his life, Himeno guesses that Aki is attempting to kill the gun devil. Revealing that most devil hunters die young, Himeno once again adds that smoking doesn't really change this statistic. Aki responds, declaring that he'll not die, leading Himeno to wish for that fact. The next day, Aki observes a lady slap Himeno. Revealing that the lady was her previous partner's girlfriend, Himeno says that absorbing the frustration of the people that are associated with her fallen partners are part of her job. Hearing this, Aki runs off towards the direction of the lady that slapped Himeno, returning a couple seconds later. Having stuck gum on that lady, Aki states that her day will be a little worse, and that Himeno shouldn't be blamed for letting her partners die. Breaking out of joy, Himeno laughs at Aki's resolve. Treating him to dinner, Himeno states that devils don't fear humans who are strong, but fear the ones that are crazy. Since Aki is not normal, Himeno believes Aki will be with her for a while. Taking the statement as a compliment, Aki is once again beckoned to try smoking, only to give in, promising that this will be his first and last one. Back in the present, Aki barges in, demanding Himeno for any remaining smokes. Signaling that, jealous that Aki shared an indirect kiss with Himeno, Aki asks for Denji to be quiet, revealing that the fiend they slayed has grown in size. Just then, the adjacent room has its door knocked down. With the gang checking on the noise, they are in disbelief at the creature's new form, knowing that the creature intended to trap everyone here, and then reveal its true form, as the Eternity Devil. Just then the Eternity Devil begins to speak, asking to form a contract with the humans. It asks to be fed Denji's body, dead or alive, and in exchange it'll let everyone else go. Wielding a knife, Kobani steps out of her room, demanding that Denji sacrifice himself for her sake. With Kobani lunging at Denji, Aki steps in, disarming her blade whilst Himeno knocks her out. Observing Kobani's desperation, the Eternity Devil laughs, pissing off Aki and Himeno. Testing his Fox Devil, Aki is unable to summon the fox to devour the Eternity Devil. Stepping up, Himeno makes use of her Ghost Devil, ripping a hole in the creature's flesh. Screaming in pain, the Eternity Devil begins to swell up, advancing towards that gang, whilst also revealing that the gang are currently in its stomach, and that they'll never be able to find its heart or harm it, as long as they're stuck on this 8th floor. Knowing that they've run out of options, Denji questions whether the Eternity Devil will keep its promise, but Himeno adds that contracts made with devils must be fulfilled, else the one who breaks it will die. Knowing this, both Hirokazu and Power agree to give the Eternity Devil Denji, but Aki notes how suspicious it is, as the Eternity Devil will most likely benefit from the contract. Choosing to wait, Aki mentions that if worst comes to worst, he'll have to use his sword, only for Himeno to firmly ask him not to. Back with Hirokazu, he's shocked to see all the food run out, catching Power finishing the last of it. Just then Kobani interrupts, claiming that Power was the one who cursed them, forcing Hirokazu to protect Power. Kobani begins to grow more agitated, believing that Hirokazu is a spy and that he is siding with the bad guys. Afraid of Kobani and her knife, we cut back to Aki, where the three hear Hirokazu's scream. With the surge in fear from the gang, the Eternity Devil makes its move, turning the entire floor on its head. The creature reveals its true body, compressed in the elevator. With no time left, Aki asks Himeno to use his blade, only for her to restrain him, with her ghost hand, revealing that although Aki's blade will get them out of this situation, it'll cost him several years off his life. Seeing this, Hirokazu and Kobani lunge at Denji, ready to kill and offer him to the Eternity Devil. Taking the blow, Aki states that he will not let Denji die, as Denji shares the intention of killing the Gun Devil, and Aki will need help. Seeing Aki bleed out, Denji asks for Power to attempt to stop the bleeding with her blood manipulation. Seeing Aki bleed out, Himeno freaks out, leading the others to await Aki's next order. Done with this, Denji prepares to bring out his chainsaws, stating that once he's slayed the Eternity Devil, he and Aki will